This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed on CLNS Radio. Today is Friday, March 10th, 2017. This is Corey Prescott reporting for CLNS Radio, the leading online provider of audio-video coverage for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are the only team to beat the Golden State Warriors at Oracle Arena in each of the last two regular seasons after Wednesday's triumph over the 52-12 Warriors. However, Celtics players are fully aware that Wednesday's win will mean nothing in the Eastern Conference standings if they falter tonight in Denver against the Nuggets. I forgot about the Warriors game, Isaiah Thomas told reporters before tonight's game against Denver. Although the Celtics may receive a gift of all gifts as Danilo Gallinari and Nikola Jokic missed tonight's game, as both are questionable with illnesses. The Nuggets, however, thrashed the Celtics 123-107 back in early November, off the strength of performances from players like Emmanuel Mudiay and Wilson Chandler. A second-year point guard with a 6'5 frame, Mudiay tied his career high on November 6 against the Celtics with 30 points, while the 8-year vet Chandler poured in 22. The subject of a few trade rumors during the deadline, Chandler is having arguably the best season of his career as the Nuggets look to maintain their slim hold on the 8th seed in the Western Conference. The Nuggets are just a half game ahead of the Trailblazers, 1.5 games ahead of the streaking Mavs, and 2.5 games ahead of the Timberwolves for the right to face off with either the Warriors or the Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. The Celtics will also be thankful to see Kenneth Faried missing from tonight's Nuggets rotation, as the Manimal has been absent since February 24th with a back injury. In 10 career games, Faried owns averages of 11.9 points, 11.6 rebounds, and 1 block per game, including the Nuggets' November win in which Faried added 12 points and 11 rebounds on just 4 shot attempts. Jokic has particularly excelled this season, just his second out of Serbia, posting averages of 15.9 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per game, and quietly becoming the best passing big man in the process. Jokic joins Russell Westbrook and DeMarcus Cousins as the only players to average at least 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists per game this season. The Celtics, meanwhile, appear to be getting back on track health-wise. Al Horford returned to the lineup against Golden State, and according to Stevens, Horford's presence makes unselfish basketball contagious. Jonas Jerebko also returned after missing Monday's loss to the Clippers due to an illness, while Avery Bradley's minutes restriction appears mostly over, as the defensive stalwart reached 26 minutes during the Clippers loss and just under 30 minutes of action during Boston's win at Golden State. The Celtics own a net rating of 6.4 points when the normal starting lineup, consisting of Horford, Johnson, Crowder, Bradley, and Thomas, plays, which is good for 10th in the league among 5-man units with at least 290 minutes together. What's more, the Celtics are 7-7 without Horford this season, and 34-17 when the big man plays. James Young is a game-time decision for the Celtics tonight with a back injury. Guerschon Yabusele, chosen number 16 by the Celtics in this past year's NBA draft, is reportedly headed to Boston, according to French outlet L'Equipe. The player, nicknamed the Dancing Bear because of his mobility and physical frame, may also suit up with the Maine Red Claws, as the Celtics' sole affiliated D-League squad winds down its season and prepares for the D-League playoffs. According to the report, Yabusele will process his paperwork with the D-League before reporting to Boston. Yabusele sprained his left ankle for the Shanghai Sharks of the Chinese Basketball Association during the playoffs last week, and will get that evaluated upon his arrival to Boston. After spending a large chunk of time in Shanghai this season, Yabusele is currently resting in his native France, waiting for approval on his visa. Because Yabusele agreed to play overseas this season in China, he is free to sign a D-League contract with the Red Claws and finish out their season in Maine. Yabusele was also never tendered a contract with the Celtics, therefore his rookie scale contract will also not begin if he does indeed end up signing in Maine. The player, who has drawn comparisons to Draymond Green for his build and versatility, averaged 20.9 points, 9.4 rebounds, 1.4 steals, and 1.1 blocks in 43 games with the Sharks this season. The Red Claws are currently 2.5 games ahead of the Delaware 87ers for first place in the Atlantic Division, with 8 games remaining in the regular season. There are 7 more games in addition to Boston vs. Denver tonight. The Hornets welcome the Magic to Charlotte. The Rockets visit the Bulls. Indiana travels to Milwaukee. Looking to bounce back after their loss to Boston on Wednesday, the Warriors travel to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. In a potential first-round playoff matchup, the Hawks take on the Raptors. Brooklyn goes to Dallas, and the Wizards continue their West Coast trip against the Kings. Celtics newsfeed is being powered by the SeatGeek ticketing app, the smartest and easiest way to buy and sell sports and concert tickets. Get a $20 rebate on your first purchase by downloading the free SeatGeek app to your phone. Go to the Settings tab and click Add a Promo Code and enter the code CELTSNEWS. That's CELTS News, all one word, for a $20 rebate, and so SeatGeek knows who sent you. To stay up to speed on the 17-time world champions, follow CLNSradio.com on Twitter at CLNSradio. Be sure to subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS Radio mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.